Hello and welcome. My name is DW and this is my little slice of the internet I like to call Dub's Beauty Diary. Today I am doing my finale to my Pan Those Eyeshadows slash Pan Those Eyeshadows slash No Pan Left Behind series for 2022. I am about 2 weeks late on this update and I really don't have any progress to show for it, which is upsetting. But let's just get into it. The reason I want to do this as a finale instead of just rolling it over to next year is because through this last few months of my YouTube and panning journey, I just want to tweak some stuff a little bit. So I want to start fresh next month with this project. I will give some updates in a video I am planning to film which is going to be my planning to pan video, which I'm going to talk about the projects I want to work on next year and the products that I want to get out of my collection, how I want to revamp this project. Yeah, so look forward to seeing that soonish, hopefully. It's been a wild month already. I've had a migraine last week that lasted all week. I had to go to the walk-in and get a shot. Finally went away, but work has just been super stressful. The holidays in general have been super stressful. It was a full moon. It's just been a wild ride, and I haven't had any time or motivation to do anything but sleep, pretty much. Yeah, that's about it. So without further ado, we will get into this update. Yeah, so we are just gonna call this project good. We're rolling everything out essentially, and we'll start fresh next year. But one of the palettes that I rolled in was the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. This shade, Living Lavish, let me see if I can hold it up, the purple one. That is the shade I wanted to work on. I used it 7 times and it did not irritate my eyes, so that is good. I know for a fact Gold Dipped did, but I'm going to test these out again just to see. I want to merge this and the original chocolate bar together. So I want to depot them or whatever and put all of my favorite shades in one palette and declutter the other one. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Still smells like chocolate. Everything's good. My dog's been going nuts over this. He thinks it's food and he wants it, but he can't. Anyway, 7 uses, no pan. It is what it is. I did use all of the shades at least once though, so I will have the graphic that or the picture that I took up here. Next let's talk about this, the ColourPop Witching Hour, which was the second Hocus Pocus collab that they did. I had never used this palette before this project. Yeah, so here is the color story. My shade I rolled in was 300 Years, this one right here. I used this shade 9 times. I used it today for the 9th time. I love using it from crease to brow, just all over shimmery goodness. I used it as the inner corner. I also used this Twist the Bones purple shimmer on the lid. We can go back into the gold palette. I used the Living Lavish in my outer corner, and I set my eyeshadow primer with Rollin' in the Dough. I put So Bougie in the crease. So that is where we're at with that. Yeah, I used this shade 9 times. I did use every other shade in the palette at least once. I do like this palette. I do not like the purple and the blue shimmer, but everything else I thoroughly enjoyed. So yeah. The next palette we can talk about is the Going Coconuts palette. I also rolled this in last month, and the shade I rolled in was Dakota, which is this bottom center shade right here, and I used that 9 times. I used it on the lower lash exclusively, I'm pretty sure. Maybe in the outer corner once, but yeah, and I did use all the other shades once. I do like this palette. It's not like wow, but it's a neutral palette, so yeah, I like it. Not my favorite. So the next shade that I had was in my Jeffree Star Singles palette here. I'd used all of the shades at least once last time around, but the shade that was in my project was this one, called Blood Sugar, and my goal is to always use it 20 times or hit pan, and I did use this 20 times. I do not like red eyeshadow, but I usually blend a little creasing in there. Anyway, I usually blend it with a purple to make like a mauve, and that worked out really well. I also like red and purples together, so it is what it is. But yeah, I rolled that in October, and so it only took 2 months to get the 20 uses for a shade that I don't like, so that was nice. And the single, my project, I always have a I roll in a single to get 5 uses out of, and the single this time around was the Beauty and the Beast Super Shock, and I did use this 5 times. I used it all over the lid, and I used it in the inner corner. There's a little dip, no pan, which is fine. I just want to get more use out of my singles as well as my palettes, just my whole collection really. Yeah, and I like this little compact. It's got the rose on it. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie. But yeah, so short and sweet update, finale. I'm going to work on some other things this month and not worry about panning anything. The thing with this project is all the shades that I pull into any project pans actually go in my everyday makeup bag, and then I work off of them until I hit my goal, and then I take them out. So I mean, unless I'm specifically like, oh, I should use the Glam Light Dirty Martini palette today, I strictly stick to my panning eyeshadows. So I guess that's good and bad. It takes a lot of, I mean, with over 300 palettes, the anxiety of choosing one is kind of high. So that lowers it, and I mix and match all of the shadows that I use or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I love this project because I don't have to choose the prompts. I don't have to choose, I don't have to go into my singles bin and be like, oh, do I want this one or this one? Because it's already chosen for me randomly. I like that. I hate making decisions. So yeah, I do like this project. I will be bringing it back next year. It'll just be tweaked a little bit different. My rules will be slightly different. As always, Alexi will be linked down below because she is the creator of Pan Those Eyeshadows, and yeah, so will my playlist and my well, probably not my previous videos, probably just the playlist. I'm rambling now. Anyway, have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.